I probably should have done
in a second here. Yeah, there we go. It says we're live now. Awesome. Cool. There we
it.
go. So everything should be working. And I'm losing my voice too, which is really annoying. I've been actually recording stuff all day.
Hey, let
And
me tell you, you've been blowing out the market lately. What's going on over here, man? You lose a bet? Man, we tried it
no,
out. I love
no,
it.
no, I didn't. No, I didn't lose a bet. I just
Let's
been
play the win
hammering it
bet.
out. I just been hammering it out, posting lots of stuff. I mean, you gotta,
A lot of
you want to
different
sell
stuff.
stuff, you gotta post,
Oh yeah.
for
Oh,
sure.
same here. It's inspiring.
What happened?
I said for me, it's inspiring. It's got me back firing up again too. So
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. And it's really easy too. I mean, once you really get into it and you're just because I mean, obviously you use AI to help, right?
oh god, yeah.
Facebook has the schedule feature on it, so when you want to post a lot, you literally you draft up a bunch of stuff and then you sit there for 20 minutes and just schedule it all like 15 minutes apart, and you can really hammer a lot of stuff
You
out.
got to get yourself out there, and we got to realize you got to get personal a little bit. You got to do a little bit of advertising. You got to do a little bit of use some templates, do something kind of snazzy. I mean, it's not just one system that works. You got to do a bunch of different things.
Oh yeah, for
For
sure.
me, I like this, the live.
Yeah, so do I. And I mean, it's all about leverage, right? So what can you get more results from less effort? You know what I mean? It's like when I
Yeah.
look at the written content, like Facebook, the amount of reach you can get with that just by writing a few lines of text. And you're right. Obviously, you got to write it a certain way. You get the conversation going, you get people talking, you get the engagement, and then you're making offers in the stories and stuff. It's like you can sit there for who knows how long, make a bunch of reels, right? Yeah. And then the reels take a way more effort. And then if none of them get any performance, you just did all that work for nothing. Versus I could sit there and I can make 100 written posts that I'm just going to put on my Facebook wall that'll get 10 times the reach and more sales. So it's like, it doesn't, at that point, it's not to say that building a personal brand, creating reels, is something you don't have to do, but you take that plus going live, it's way more leverage. You reach way more people. And I think live's better just because you spend more time actually in front of people, talking to people.
You always do it. Well, think about how long you and I have known each other now. And I think part of the issue when you get started is you overcomplicate. And I think one of you had posted talking about the same thing, to where sometimes we overcomplicate, get so into the end result that end result is has so much depth to it that they're going to lose interest here. It's not going to get started. Yeah. So you're never going to be able to sell that. Just like, remember in the beginning, we were starting out with the 7-Minute Man, this full workout program. Well, guess what? What I found out, if you start with your diet as you're playing with AI, and once you see some results, you're immediately going to create your own workout program. Right. The bodies, you already got to know it, so it's got a plan. So sometimes you got to back up to move forward and go ahead and put something out to see what you can push and try to sell without having the full gamut. Because sometimes you've thought through the whole process without throwing out a piece of it and see what will work or someone buy this bait.
Well, that's the biggest problem, right?
With value.
Yeah, because everybody's always trying to build the audience. That's what everybody says, right? Build the audience first, right? Get out there. You got to, get some followers, and and all that's just a bunch of BS, right? Like I've made brand new offers on new pages with no audience, and people didn't even know it was me enough times, and gotten sales, right? Whether it's an affiliate offer or something I threw together, or even if I was just testing something, like it gets to be kind of like, are you going to grow $1 million business that way? Probably not. But are you going to be able to test something and just see if it's going to work? Like, absolutely, And so even that little bit enough to me is enough proof that, like, okay, you got to get followers. That's kind of a narrative, right? That's not so much like, if you want to get sales, if you want to make money, sell a product, the first thing you got to do is you got to have an offer ready, because otherwise you're going in with no offer. And you have no idea what to talk about. You really don't have a purpose or reason of being there. Your reason for being there is that eventually I want to sell stuff to people. Eventually I want to make money. And so it's like, what do I do in the meantime? So now you got to invent or manufacture something, which is not genuine at all. People can see right through that. It's confusing. It's hard to figure out what to talk about. You're always worried about, well, later, am I going to be able to sell something if I'm posting this now? Like, am I building an audience? And I think the biggest mistake so many people make is that they say, well, I'm going to give everything away for free. You ever hear somebody say that? Oh, I should be charging for this. Yeah, right. I should be charging for this. And eventually I will. It's like, okay, you just exposed all your intentions. And now you've just become the free resource. And now it's optional that I ever have to pay you because you just gave me everything. Right now, I'm not saying you should gatekeep all the information, but there's just no purpose to because all those followers, say you grow 10,000 followers before you ever sell something, right? You grow them 10,000 followers. Those people ain't going to be buyers when you do finally start offering something. You're going to be basically starting over and building in a new audience of buyers at that point anyway. You might as well just make an offer from day one.
Find something you're comfortable with, and not just that, to give you something to focus on and talk about. If you want to make a reel, you need to have something to think about. If not, you're thinking about making a reel, and that's it. You wasted how much time? Think about making a reel, a 7-second small one. So yeah. So I don't feel like you waste your time. Like you and I talked about this many times. You need to have an offer, something that you're willing to talk about, and something you can express. And that is part of the reason why sometimes you may have already had the experience that you need, that you'll have a value to help them with something, and you don't realize it. So, so sometimes I try to tell people, like, they try to focus a little bit on what you do for a living and see if you can settle. Yeah. It doesn't have to be a full out book of 10 pages. It can be something small, but if it solves a problem, someone has that problem beside you.
Yeah, right. Well, that's what I wanted to talk to you about today, right? Because I've known you obviously for a very long time. Yeah. And I mean, this is my recollection of everything, right? So like for probably about 3 years, you were posting nonstop on social media.
Every day.
You were not getting any results. I think you posted like 2,000 times. I looked at your profile one day.
Yes.
So I was writing copy for a page. I'm like, I want to use this as an example, like a reference. So like, how many times has he posted during this time? And you're at like 2,000 posts. And at that time, I don't think you made. How much did you make during that 3 years before you got into doing any of the stuff you're doing now? How much money did you actually make during those 3 years?
$50.
$150. So I was more generous. When I published that story, I said under 1,000. So it wasn't even. It was only $150 after. So three years.
It might have been a little bit more than that, give or take. But you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? When I look back, no, it probably like 350 in there, but not what it should have been. Not what I posted. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have a product to sell. I was just talking about stuff. And you got to realize, if you think that your offer is to make money online, that's what every offer is about, to make money online. So that's like throwing a golf ball in the ocean. What are you going to do? Where are you going to hit? Yeah. Where are you going to go with it? Now you've got to have something kind of streamlined in what you do. So
yeah, how much of that struggle that you were in do you think is due to just like lack of proof? Like was it? Do you think the majority, like my opinion is the majority of people that go that route and then struggle is because they don't actually have any proof they can get the outcome, right? So you got this cycle of people buy a course, then nobody really teaches them how to make an offer or how to find a good offer. So they start promoting the course because that's what everybody else is doing. And now you've got somebody that never made any money selling a product where the outcome is, I'll show you how to make money. But the only way they're actually ever going to make money is if somebody buys the product from them. That's how they make their money, right? So like that I think that's the biggest problem, right? Like that worked really well, I think, in 2022, 23 for some people, but that trend is like long dead, right? And it's kind of the trap you were in. And with that time frame, it's kind of like right around the time you got started, right as all that was dying off, right?
Well, and not just that, what you felt like, sometimes with the programs involved in it, felt like you would get involved, you get the person, you talk about them, and you get them involved, and just kind of like away they go. Let's see what happens. Roll the dice. Why don't you have a little bit more control with your own offer? Where you create your own email list with your people that you can reach back out to who are looking to talk to you. And not just that, if you have to answer a question, you can. I've sold more in the last 3 months than I did the whole 3 years before.
Yeah. So in the last 3 months, so you basically, what we did was we changed your offer, right? We went ahead and you were promoting Make Money Online courses. And then we came in and I said, Webb. And it was because, so kind of like started from the beginning here, right? You're a very fit guy. And so, yeah, we were talking about that. And I remember what you had said. You're like, I just never thought anybody would actually care about that. It's just something I normally do. You didn't even realize you had the easiest fitness plan known to mankind. And in your mind, that was just nothing. It was just normal to you.
Your offer may be your habit, some kind of something you do, or just some kind of a hobby that you take care of, or something you don't decide. Like I said, the fitness thing, it was just something I do just because I like taking care of myself. I kind of enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have my hands on it. A lot of people don't. It's a lot of hard work. And that's what we said. When you and I were talking before, maybe is the workout program the way to go? Because it is a lot of hard work. And you got to realize what I started thinking about was, wait a minute, there are a lot of people out there who aren't able to work out. They may have had like some maybe some injuries in the past, or maybe they've had some issues with just not knowing where to start, have gone so long that they can't do anything. So how do you take care of that problem in the very beginning? It's the diet.
Right.
You and I talked about it. So
sure.
that whole program of getting in shape with a diet plan, workout plan, this, that, and other. Well, guess what? Let's go small and see if there's even an interest in getting started on that anyways. And so far, we've been an interest in the 7minuteman.com diet plan. It's been great because what I felt like people were missing is just someone to help them track things. It takes 7 minutes to give you a daily routine of where you're at, what you ate that day, what's going on, and it'll give you an offer. Hey, instead of this, try this. And that's what we need sometimes. So instead of trying to change your whole diet and missing out on things, what this helps you do is just change a certain part of things. Start with your diet, start feeling better. And what happens if you start to lose a little weight and see things, you're going to want to do other things. So our offers sometimes need to be a little bit smaller than when we start out instead of the full plan.
Yeah. Well, I know I followed your plan, and I mean, I lost 25 pounds doing that because I weighed 240. I'm down below 220 now. I haven't weighed myself in probably about a week at least, but I know I'm under 220 now. And I mean, it wasn't miserable either. It didn't take any effort. I didn't feel like I was actually eating more of the stuff. Like I had an excuse to eat more of the stuff that I liked, which was like protein and that type of stuff. And, there wasn't really any misery in it at all. Like I even saved money because there was less fast food and stuff like that, because I'm at least conscious of it. But basically, we just took right back to the whole offer and making money thing though, right? We went and took your plan there, right? Validated that it worked. We took your particular plan for actually losing the weight and just staying fit, and we just turned it into a product that's 2 training videos and a document for $27. And then overnight, you went from this guy that I spent 3 years, posted 2,000 times, made under $200, and then you started getting sales that same week, and it was just alignment to the offer, right? You're somebody that they look at you and they're like, okay, this guy probably knows what he's talking about with fitness. In 2,000 posts, I haven't seen him say anything that suggests he actually knows how to make money on the internet, but which obviously, so credibility, proof is a big deal, right? Yes. But then you get into a fitness offer and it's like, oh, this guy, he probably knows his stuff. Let me listen to what he has to say, right? That's really the first thing is just it's worth my time to listen.
And remember, like you and I had the conversation before when you were my mentor. Hey, maybe we should make things a bit more simpler. I think you might be getting a little overcomplicated. And I think that's where a lot of people get stalled at. They overcomplicate what they're trying to do. And you've got to know, just like if you're wanting to sell an educational program, make sure you went through that program. But not only went through it, you mastered it. That way that program might be your offer yourself. You're trying to sell it, or to look at something that you're very comfortable with and don't mind explaining. And I'm going to tell you right now, one of the biggest deals I feel is going live and talking about your offer and just talking about what's going on and make yourself very comfortable in front of the camera.
Yeah, absolutely. Just for context here for the people that are watching, I pulled up your offer page and it's like, it's incredible how simple that it is, dude. It's crazy. It's so crazy. Let me make sure I'm going to share the right screen. But like, this should pop up here. Did this pop up? Let me see. Let me add this on here. This is your whole offer page. Dude, this is the whole thing. I remember when we built this, we threw this together in an hour. You haven't changed it since, but you've gotten in the last, I asked you, it was a couple of weeks ago, but you had told me in 3 months, you got about 100 sales through this page.
Yes.
That's crazy. Yeah. There's not even any copywriting on it. This is like we only did half the job. But we only did half the job. But because you have people that are obviously, listening to you and watching your content, and
watching and people, you got to realize that's what I'm saying. Soon, I'm going to try to turn this into where it has an affiliate program, because those who are using it are actually starting to respond back saying they're starting to lose weight just like yourself. And that's how an offer starts. So you don't overcomplicate it. It can be small.
Yeah,
it can be cheap. I know everybody would like to have a big expensive offer, but sometimes you got to start getting comfortable. Right.
Well, that's the best starting point for sure, is having something really simple that's easy for you to put together, bring the market, right? You want to be able to bring it to the market fast, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to have to spend months, because I've done that, right? I've spent way too much time putting something together without testing the market. And right, that's why I don't do it like that, because I made the friggin' mistake. You know what I mean? And I mean, this page, your page here, right? I'll pull this up again. Your page, I mean, this isn't even the whole process. Like I wouldn't even recommend somebody like launch this plane, but I mean, but it's working for you, which is great. That's even a little mind blowing to me.
Well, here's the deal too, is like now I can go back and fix up the page a little bit more with it and so forth when I found out something's starting to work.
Yeah. And so, but what's really making it work right now is, so I know you got the content. Are you doing any like DM conversations, or people like messaging you and you're just sending them the link? Like, how is the actual sale happening?
Yeah. I've had a few conversations, one or two. So
yeah. So usually you'll post something, they'll send you a message. Because I see that in your content. You're always using the call to action, like send me a message, leave a comment or whatever. And so that's basically the whole thing. There's no additional secret magic there. It's just
no. And remember, I do a live show every Thursday.
Right.
On Instagram and on YouTube. But now the YouTube show is actually more just kind of like just a fun time talking. I got Flying Ryan Boyle and I do that show. And on YouTube, we're kind of having fun, just trying to build an audience, getting talking to everyone. But on Instagram, we push our products. You know what I'm saying? He right now is going through a weight loss journey and actually utilizing the 7minuteman.com diet plan right now. So we actually get to follow his journey. So that's why like now at that point now, I probably need to get a little bit more involved. Go ahead and change that page, make it a little bit prettier, and add to that offer. But right now, like I said, it's starting small and getting something to work. But you got to realize, just getting some traction is the best thing ever. That is like the biggest confidence builder in the world.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What would you say? So it's interesting you bring that up, because that's like a big problem for a lot of people. Like they don't even start because they're afraid of all the things that might happen, right? Like, oh, well, what if it does work? I've even dealt with that myself. I made a video on it recently where I just openly talked about it, where I'm like, I've got this reputation now where it's like, okay, imagine like people think, well, if I just get to this certain point, it'll be so easy. Well, you run into other problems, because like for me, it's like, man, I've got 2,300 clients I've worked with. I've done live workshops for over 1,000 people in the audience. I've done hundreds of group calls, right? I've sold, created offer pages for, massive businesses. And like, I can't show up on social media and not get any views, right? Like, what is that? That's going to make me look like an imposter. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what I say I do. And so, I mean, it's challenges too, but I do know for a fact that for me, in the beginning, I had confidence just because I said, like, I have nothing to lose. But now I do have something to lose, so to speak. But having actually gotten the results and just knowing that you can do that again and get more results, it makes it a lot easier to just do the stuff, right? So is that kind of what happened for you too? You're like, you started getting sales.
But you see all of a sudden I was posting again. You start seeing the posts going on. When you start seeing some results and things happen, it's not as big a deal to put out content. You want to. You're seeing results for the first time. But I will say this. The biggest thing is to not quit. But I will say, tell everybody, please find a way to start going live. Like, like this weekend, you get on the workshop, on your workshop and watch. There's a lot to learn, but there's going to be one small key that's going to change everything for you.
Yeah.
So you need to you got to be involved with people. Think about it. That's why you and I are able to set this up. We talk. You've got to have friends in the community. Yeah, that's how it starts for you. But you got to post it. And I think I've said that before. If there's someone you follow or someone that influenced you that you see their content, talk to them. Ask them a question. Have you had anyone that will always respond back? You know what I'm saying? And if they don't respond back, you get done. But I had no one ever be mean to me in any given way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
I will say this: if you start your live on YouTube, be ready. You might get some comments that aren't quite what you're ready for. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If you're thin skinned, better than that, I think it's great. I had the best time 2 weeks ago, Ryan. You're not thinking people openly. The reach on YouTube is amazing. So I will say, if you're not utilizing YouTube, I would say, please find a way. It's amazing to reach. Yeah,
it is. And I think this is a really good example of like, well, we don't have any hate in here. We've got Aiden says hi. We've got someone else said hi. And then Jess is here. So what's up, Jess? She's on Facebook. Jess. We're connected to YouTube and Facebook right now. But I think I was going to say, I think this is a good example of what you just said, because like everybody overthinks this. Oh, if I do a live, I got to have a whole show flow. I've got to have every word dialed in. It's got to be perfect. It's like, you could literally, if people do this and it works, right? People want you to make offers to them. They do. They want people. I don't want to say people like being sold to, but people like finding solutions to their problems, right? So if you've got a good offer, just go. You can literally go live and just pitch the offer, and you won't get respected for that. And like, we're here just having a conversation. This was not pre-planned. Literally, I sent you a message. I said, dude, you want to go to live on Monday? Talk about this particular thing. And I made a thumbnail, and I made an event in Facebook, and that was the whole planning process, right? It was nothing more than that. And you could come on and do this. And we've got, I don't know how accurate the number is, right? We don't have a ton of viewers right now, but it's like, you don't have to actually give a fuck about any of that. You just come on because of the few people that are here. Like the last live I did when I went live with Kim on Friday, right? Didn't have very many viewers in there, but guess what was in the sales dashboard when we ended the live, right? So it's like, that's how, right? It's complicated. It doesn't have to be, you know what I mean? It's a reliable way of.
Remember, like people talk about, like, all right, what are the things are, like I said, I feel like it's kind of nice to have your own offer. But if you want to be an affiliate, like I said, you want to be an affiliate for a different person, everything, the best way to sell, whether it be like a sporting good or just some kind of hobby you have, the best way to present that affiliate program is, I think, it's through live. Because I think through live, you're going to reach more people. It's going to go out. You're going to send that out. And if someone says, that, hey, where'd you get that shirt? As a matter of fact, here's where it came from. But I think if you set up a live on a weekly basis or some kind of regular basis, just like went on with Ledger, you and Dave, that daily show, how nice was that? I know for you guys, it was probably a pain in the ass, but guess what? It worked, because a lot of people would get up every day to watch that. That turns into something. People follow it. It creates a community. So you need to find a way to get comfortable on this camera and talking. And like I said, Ryan and I spoke today about going live, and we went live at 6. I talked to him at like 5:55 and figured out the download program, and we turned on the cameras. Don't get me wrong, now we know each other, so we get along real well, but that is how easy it is to go live and just talk about things.
Yeah, it is. And it makes for a good foundation for everything else you want to do, because you want to get good on camera, right? You just come on here and you just talk, right? And we're, like I said, we're just having a conversation right now. I guess it could be a little more nerve-wracking if you're by yourself, but not really. It's easy with a little practice, you just kind of pretend that the camera's not there and you're just talking, right? I talk to myself all day anyway. I might as well just turn the live thing on and just let it rip, right? And then, you know what I mean? And so, no, that's really good advice, because you also take these lives and you clip them out. They become long form content. And you think about the majority of what people consume is all live, right? Or live type, same format, right? Your weather channel, your news is all kind of live, right? All the stuff people like to watch is live. That's informational, educational. Look at like the Dave Ramsey show, right? That's a lot. Everything derives from a live show that they do. Versus you look at what's pre-recorded, that's going to be your entertainment stuff, right? So there's kind of a correlation there, right? When people want to be entertained, they go to pre-recorded stuff. They go to your Netflix, your movies, your shows. When they want to learn, when they want to educate, when they want to solve problems, when they're actively trying to fix things, they're going to live formats. They're going to podcasts. They're going to, right? And so it just makes for, it's interesting too. I'm kind of having this revelation as we're talking about it, so it's like, I never really thought about it that way before, but that's really interesting, right? It makes perfect sense.
No, you got to realize with AI is everywhere right now. And you got to realize people want something live and real, and something they know what's going on. You do that live, that is taking care of that. Oh, it's a real person. You know what I'm saying? You may use AI to help with some of your formatting and some of your captions and so forth, which why wouldn't you? But think about that, like that live show. Yeah, this is unscripted. Two guys talk about things. We've done this many times before. Look forward to doing it again. And that's how you get comfortable to figure out how to create. Like Ryan got this workshop coming up, which is going to be a great workshop. How do you create that? By going live, talking to people, figuring out what people need, and figuring out how to solve some problems for them. And he has solved 100 for me every year.
Right. Well, that's why it's the best way to actually deliver, education and deliver people actual results as a product too. That's why I'm doing it as a live workshop, because whenever if you sell a course, right? Courses are great. Courses can sell really well. You can make a lot of money selling them, but the results that people get, there's a discrepancy there, right?
Yes.
Versus live. If you look at live training versus pre-recorded course training, the amount of people that get results from live training, and this is actual real data. This isn't like I'm making it up or some theory or I read it somewhere. This is like workshops I've done personally.
Yeah.
Live education, people get far better results because there's a few reasons. They show up, they schedule it into their day, right? They schedule it into their calendar. So they're planning on doing it during that time block whenever the thing is scheduled for, right? That's the first thing.
Yeah.
The second thing is they show up actually ready to learn, right? Coffee on one side, notepad on the other, and they're there for that reason, and you actually have their attention. And then the third piece is you can actually, as the host, right, the teacher, it's interactive, so you can interact with them, and you can also guide the way you're teaching based on the response you're seeing from the audience, right? So if I see, like when I'm doing a workshop, I would see this all the time, like when we used to do all day workshops to show like how to build a whole business, I would kind of be able to gauge, like some weeks I'd have people that were like, I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about and where to begin. Then other times I'd be like, okay, I got people that are already making content. They've got offers. They're already like, okay, we could be more advanced here. So you could tailor it based on the audience versus a course where people, I've even done this, right? So I'm guilty of it too. You listen to it a little bit while you're in bed before you go to sleep. You Bluetooth it to the car while you're commuting and you listen to it like that. So you're not even really watching. It's in your earphones while you're doing the laundry or whatever you do, right? It's like, let me squeeze this in versus let me come in and just sit down and actually make an actual effort to learn this, right? And that's why I like doing live training so much better. It just gets people better results, which as a business owner for me, it gets me better results because now I've got more people winning. I've got more people giving me testimonials. Look at I don't know if you can see these comments, but we got Angela, we got Kim, we got Jess, we got Eddie. Jess is a great example of, I'm going to highlight your comment here just so people could see you, right? You got your very first sale ever just recently, like in the last couple of days after years of effort, because from promoting one of my products, right? And so I think you mentioned to me, I don't want to disclose all your dirty laundry, but you mentioned to me it was your first one. So that's just what I'm going to say. I'm going to say here. And if you want to put more details in the comments, feel free to do that. But that is the type of results you get from live instruction, actually talking to people, having conversations versus just selling somebody a course and expecting them to kind of figure it out on their own. You know what I mean? And so that's why I like to do things live. So now as the business owner, I can take those results and I can showcase them in a format like this, where there's people who have no idea who I am. And they're like, who is this guy just up here running his mouth? And who cares about what he says? Right now, all of a sudden it's like, okay, I guess, this guy's somebody maybe I should listen to if I want to do this thing. You know what I mean? So there's just infinite upside to doing things live versus.
It's like having a little skin in the game. Because you ask you a question, you have to respond back. Hey, this is a real person. Hey, what's going on here? Yes. Here's what's going on. Here's why you don't do that. Here's a good reason why you should.
Right.
It's
also just worth more. I think that's where the market's going to. And tell me if you agree or not, right? But you see most courses nowadays. I mean, most people either just, as soon as they realize it's a course, they're just decided they're not going to buy, right? They decided they're not interested. They decided it won't work for them. It doesn't matter how good your copy is, how good your pitch is, how good your bonuses are or anything. Like a lot of times, it depends on the industry too. I think this is probably information exclusive to like, I'll show you how to make money industry. But I think at least in that industry, people see a course and they're like, no, this is a scam. Like I want out. Versus live instruction. Like I'm going to be there live on camera, actually talking to you in real time. That assumption is just totally gone, right? People that would have never bought a course, they will grab a ticket to a live event to come and learn. just because it doesn't have that same, what's the word I'm looking for? That same sort of, you know what I mean? It's not the same sort of thing to where they feel like it's not going to work, right? Like it's more accountability for me.
Like live entertainment.
Say again?
Like live entertainment, go to a live show compared to a pre-recorded show. Saying a live show, it was saying it's great. It's improv. It's on target. So as an audience, it's somewhere you can actually come in and ask questions, immediately get that question answered. Sometimes like not everyone's geared to where they can watch a pre-recorded show and take notes, get the information out of it like they need. So I feel like for someone like myself, that live show helps out because I can ask immediately, hey, wait a minute, what were you talking about on this? There's your answer right back. So I think the live on top of, saying like everybody's worried about AI being fake, it creates a realness where you know exactly what's going on with your program and your course. And if someone's going too fast, hey, can you slow down and let me see that again? And you can actually go back and go over it and talk about it. So I think it's a very good way to get started. And like I said, and to be comfortable on camera.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah. Like I said, there's infinite upside and very, very minimal downside. Well, I wanted to, man, this was a good conversation. I wanted to ask you this too, is that, so right now you're doing this, you have a $27 product and it's very, very simple, right? We talked about, so for anybody new popping in, we'll recap it. You switched from promoting something that you weren't aligned with at all, right? And it was just a product you had bought and now you're trying to sell it. You switched from that into something that you had really good alignment with, a better offer for you, right? Something where it's like, obviously you can prove that you know what you're talking about.
Yes.
And then you started getting sales immediately and they never really stopped. And that's a very simple product. It's a $27, and I still have the sales page up here so we can show anybody that didn't get to see it. This is literally the offer. It's literally as basic as you can get. This is your Ram tradesman right here. Like I would never launch one this simple, but for you, it's working, which is crazy. But obviously, I know you mentioned, I'm bringing this up and I'm doing all these words because you mentioned to me at one time, you're like, I don't want to have a business that becomes another job. And
remember, we started, I was going to do coaching. And remember how you do that. You're busy all the time with that. Don't get me wrong, it's a great opportunity. A lot of people enjoy that. But for me, coming at it where I'm at in my career and so forth, I'm trying to find something where I don't do as much of that on a daily basis to get kind of out of the working world, but still be working, if that makes sense. So that's where for me, the offer is better than a program where I have to talk and constantly come in and you say guide people.
Yeah. So you've designed, so would you say that this is like, are you satisfied with where you're at? Like this one digital product, you're like, I'm just going to keep selling this one thing. People like it. They're getting results. It's easy for me, right? There's not any fulfillment required on your end aside from maybe just, some DMs, answering some questions.
Correct.
You're not doing coaching calls. So is this, you're kind of like just content here?
No, actually what it does, it wants me to create more of these smaller programs to find which ones can work the best. Right? Because think about it. 27 isn't like much, but if you had 10 or 12 different funnels that were linked to different courses or something that you could create or sell on a regular basis that helps someone out solve a problem, guess what? Now it turns into an income. So I think so starting is getting that one bit of like I said, a little bit of that boost of confidence makes you want to do more. So yes, now I actually today I was online in ClickFunnels figuring out how to turn it into an affiliate program. And I talked about that. How you get other people involved, let other people promote this product. And we'll see where it can go. But while that is going on, let's find something else out, find out what else we can do, and move forward with that also. So, yes.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I mean, I think that's a really good vertical. Like, there's a lot of ways you can structure this, right? Now, obviously, there's the model of sell a low-ticket offer. Like what you have now with $27, that's a low-ticket offer. Sell that, and then you upsell. Maybe you have an order bump in there to get the cart value up a little more. Then you upsell right in the same transaction. But then you could have a back-end offer, too, that could be more high ticket, but like a coaching, but you're not really wanting to do that. You're wanting to do more of the other model, which is I'm just going to offer like a lot of front ends, right? Like, I'm going to have a variety. I'm going to solve a variety of small problems. Like if you were to draw this, it's almost like you have the ultimate version of the person that they like in the fitness space. You've got men coming in, middle-aged, some women that want to just get fit, but they don't want it to ruin their life, right? And this 7-minute fitness bundle that you got right here. This is kind of the diet. It's the accountability. It's the tracking. But you've now got an opportunity to create products for all the other things like the exercising, the workouts, right? And there's a lot of other problems that you can solve within the space. Problems that are for people that are already getting results. You got people that want to start bulking up. You could probably do that. You could probably do a supplements related thing. And these are all just smaller offers that require no fulfillment from you that you can then just sell the same way you're selling this one, right? And now what's great about, and I think you should do that, man, because you know what? You've got 100 sales. You got at least 100 customers now. So, I mean, a good percentage of those, probably the majority of the ones that are like really satisfied with this product. Because I think personally we underpriced your product. So I remember we were talking about the price, and I think we said, let's start it at 27. Depending on how it sells, we'll ramp it up. And then did you ever raise the price? Did we ever start lower than that?
No, I did not. I left it as is. Like I told you, I want to see if it would work. And as it starts working, now it's time to go back and add to it, just like we said. Create a better page, so a little bit more informative. And I can add different links to sell different things. Like you said, you want to bulk up, you want to program. But like I said, first you have to have that one offer that actually works. If someone hits the button and you get an email that says, hey, Webb, you just sold a program. I mean, it is so nice to have that.
Yeah.
And if there's 2 or 3 of them in a row, it's like, okay. And you're right, we probably did underprice it, but guess what? That's the very first one. You got to get started on something. And no one lost anything.
Right. Well,
right. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like all I'm saying is that, you could definitely, I think, raise the price on that because it's an over delivery, but it just, you're in a situation where you have an opportunity you have full control of it. You have the opportunity to make any decision that you want. And because those customers are, without a doubt, were easier to acquire because the price was what it was, right? Yes. It does create a little bit more of a, well, okay, I'm not risking a lot, right? It's like if it was $127, it's like, okay, maybe we would need a better page for it to convert. But,
a little more to it.
Yeah, but at 27, right, you could take a minimal effort approach, just prove it, right? Like we said, we launched this in a couple of days. It was about
trying and launch. Like you said, just try it. You got to throw it out there and see, are you wasting time? Remember, when we launched this, it was a strange time, right? Whole industry, what was going on. You know what I'm saying? The greatest thing ever was sliding out. This is going in. It was like, man, we got to get something out there. But like I said, I'm still posting, still moving forward because just go ahead and get something out there that actually did work, helped out. And it's like you said before, why don't more people try that? Just see if it's something that has interest in it before you waste 6 months trying to build something. Because you get yourself involved, you'll not realize how long it takes. You know what I'm saying? And you just realize you start wanting everything to be too perfect. And it's not a perfect world. Yeah. And I think people do not want exactly perfect now either. So that's a good person to have in a live. They get to see someone they're talking to. Say, hey, these guys actually, they talk like they know each other. What's going on with it? What do they have to offer? Let me hear more about them.
Yeah, for sure.
Right now, Ryan Bull, like I said, look how effortless it is. We've been online like 38 minutes. Wow.
I know. We're right by, right? It's like we're just sitting here hanging out.
But the live thing, I think, is very helpful for anybody, what's going on. And part of why I say that, remember when I came and saw you and Dave, there was 2 days live. Learned more in those 2 days than did in months just because of hear one, see one, feel one, getting involved and actually doing the work. So
yeah. Awesome, man. Well, cool, man. I mean, what else do you want to add? I mean, I think this was a pretty thorough conversation and we really hammered it out here.
No, it's been great. Like I said, what I want to add, folks, start simple. Don't be embarrassed to put something out there. Like I said, it's okay to post. If you're not comfortable with finding something yourself, if you want to push affiliate and if you want to be an affiliate of other people's products, you need to find a way to go live. That's going to be the easiest way to talk about them, I feel. So.
Absolutely. It's the clearest way to get the message out, Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm a little distracted. I'm just looking at something on the screen here. But if you have more to say, feel free to say it. But
like I said, just getting people involved. Like I said, like you and I knowing this and setting this up. It took just a few minutes to do it. And even like I said, right now, I signed up with your little live stream information. It was free. But you got to get involved. You got to find people to talk to. You got if you're on your own and you feel like you're on an island, you got to find people online that doing what you do. Start talking to them. Find a way to get involved in the community. It helps out. You got to have people to talk to. That's how we know Jess. These people are like down there coming out. Angela, we all know each other from before. it helps out as we move forward in this world, because you got to realize it's nice to be on the internet. It's nice to go look at videos, but there's also a way to utilize it for the future. And that's what it's for. Like with AI, play with it, use it all the time. Don't just try to make yourself look like a mermaid. Ask it serious questions, get to know it, let it help you move forward. The product you need to sell, you may be doing on a regular basis, not even thinking about it. It could be something related to your job. You don't know.
Well, that's why I like to teach people to find the problem they're qualified to sell. Yeah. You know, because it makes everything upstream or downstream, depending how you look at it, so much easier, right?
Yeah.
You're too many people look for the niche, right? How many times have we heard that? You go into a product that's like, you got to find a niche, you got to pick a target audience, it's like, all right, well, that's
3 times a day, you got to post, you got to be able
yeah, it's like, okay, so you choose a niche, and then what? What information does it actually give anybody, right? When anybody's going to buy something, or you try to sell something, you're not, or they ask you what you do, you're going to say, oh, I'm in the fitness niche. It's like, well, what the hell does that even mean, right? And it doesn't, as somebody who's trying to learn how to start a business selling products online, that doesn't help you with anything either. But what's interesting, the magical part of this is that if you approach it from what problem am I qualified to solve, right? And I say qualified as the key word because that means you have proof, right? You can demonstrate some level of proof that you could actually solve the thing. Then it's believable. People don't think you're just trying to shill something. And at that point, you have all of your talking points, because if you are actually qualified to solve that thing, that means you know that problem and the outcome they want and how to get there very well. So it gives you a lot to just talk about by default, right? I posted 30 times today on Facebook, just written stuff, all things that I know are things that is a lived experience for the person that's, ideal for my workshop that's coming up this weekend. And I know that because I know the offer very well and I know the audience very, very well. But the problem is when you just choose a niche and people say, just find a product that pays a high commission, or they say things like, go to ChatGPT. Instead of watching Netflix tonight, go to ChatGPT, have it make you a digital product, throw it in Canva and sell it for 27 bucks. It's like, no, that doesn't work. That's never worked. That's not going to
work. No, it doesn't work. I mean, I guess it can. It didn't for me.
It's what I like to call technically correct. I call it technically accurate. It's like the video with the headline, Gucci will pay you $20,000 to work from home. You ever seen that one?
Oh, yeah.
And then they show you how to get an affiliate link and put a pin on Pinterest. And they want you to, it's like, you just do this 3 to 5 times a day. It's like, yeah, okay. Yeah, I did the math on that, Webb. You know how many pins you have to post to make 20,000? You got to post 80 pins a day and get a generous 5,000 impressions on every single pin for the math to work in order for you to actually make 20,000. I don't know about you, but the amount of effort that it's going to take to make 80 pins every single day to earn $20,000. Actually, no, the math is wrong. That's $6,000. I did the math for $6,000 because those are the two headlines. They say it'll pay you $20,000 a month, and other people that are just blatantly lying to your face will say $6,000. So 20,000, 6,000. I did the math on 6,000. And on 6,000, you need 80 pins every day going to an affiliate link for Gucci or anything else that pays a similar commission. Uh-huh. And those commissions are so small, dude. Like, it's like, when you talk about the amount of effort that would take, we could just bury it as not realistic and fake. They're blatantly lying to you so you buy their course. But when you talk about that level of effort, right? Like, I'd be willing to put that effort in. But when I look at the results of that effort, right? Like, okay, $6,000 a month versus the same amount of time and effort I could put into just selling my own offer that's worth what I'm charging for it, which is going to be a lot more. Like, the amount of money you can make. Gucci, I think, pays 6% commission on their affiliate products, right? So that means for every $100, you're getting paid $6. So you're driving $100 in sales, but you're getting paid $6 for it.
Yes.
It's the same reason I don't like the Amazon program. I don't know if I've ever told you this, but I've generated $132,000 as an affiliate for Amazon, $132,000 in sales of Amazon products. My payout on that, though, was only $2,586, I think. So you're talking about doing a bunch of work and then having 99% of the money go to somebody else.
That's what I meant about having your own products. That's why I thought like finding your own product, even though it's a small amount that I'm making, it's mine.
Yeah. And that's not to say that all affiliate marketing is bad, right? Like I love affiliate marketing. I think it's a great business model, but you've got to find products that pay really good commissions and something that's going to convert really, really well. And it's got to fit into your campaign. I think it's best used, honestly, in two places, right? First, if you're really looking to just get good at marketing, or you have an audience and you want to just kind of like see if you can sell something, it could be great for that.
Yeah.
Or where it's really even better is supplemental to something you're already selling that is your own, right? So for example, I have a product that people buy and I made it necessary for them to grab this particular affiliate product to get the outcome that they want, because it's just part of the product. It's sort of like if you're starting a business, right? You're going to need some.
Yes.
Yeah, like you start any business that involves sales or selling something, you need a CRM. So if I'm teaching people how to do that, I'll put an affiliate link for the CRM in there. But I'm not going to come on social media and say this is the best CRM in the world. I'm just going to create the need for it through some other offer. That's how I like to promote affiliate stuff. And I'll actually be doing a whole segment on doing that the right way within the workshop coming up this weekend. But that's the way. But I love affiliate marketing, but I like it in that way, right? Yeah. At least now, because people, right? Creating offers is not, and you know this now, right? Creating offers isn't like an art. People make it to sound like it's this impossible, difficult thing.
No, it's not. We overcomplicate it so much.
Yeah, it's like it's actually just a repeatable framework. You know, once you learn how to do it, you do the same thing over and over again. Yeah. It's just what offer are you creating? That's the only differentiator. The process is the same every single time. And so that's the piece that everybody conveniently left out of all their training. So over the past few years, everybody going through and taking these trainings and going and trying to make affiliate marketing work, it left out a really critical detail. I also think there's a good argument to be made, and this again is based on experience, right? And things I've done, is that even when you're an affiliate, you still have to know how to make an offer, because if you're just pushing an affiliate link, right? The affiliate link isn't the offer. The affiliate link leads them to a checkout page or a sales page with the product. You still, got to make an offer. You know what I mean? It's still got to be, yeah. So like one of the best campaigns, one of the most profitable affiliate campaigns I ever ran, this was back 2023. And I think I talked about this with Kim as well, but I'll talk about it again. I created an offer for real estate agents and I ran ads to it. And so basically what I did was I created a lead acquisition system, which involved a funnel, email sequence, and a domain name, right? So those were my three things. I gave the whole offer away for free. So I basically made this training. I created these templates. I created all these assets that they can take and plug in, created a training video on how to do it all. And then I just ran ads to it, really cheap, low budget ads, by the way, targeting real estate agents to this page where I just collected an email. And then I just delivered everything for free. I didn't take credit card. I didn't do nothing. But through the training that I provided, right, it became apparent that, hey, if you want to build this funnel, you need this funnel builder. You want to send these emails and you want to build a list, you need this email marketing tool. And then to get a unique link, you need the domain name, which in that case, I was promoting GoDaddy in that particular campaign. And that was one of my most profitable campaigns. I was able to keep running the ads and give the offer away for free because of the affiliate commissions. Right? So I never got on and promoted funnels or promoted email marketing tools. I promoted lead acquisition, right? Here's why, as a real estate agent, you want to make sure you're not just relying on word of mouth and referrals and your network and friends telling friends, right? Because right now, the market the way it is, right? Those leads are drying up. So you need to be discoverable by people that need you right now, but you also want to stay in front of the people that don't need you right now, but just discovered you. So, right, here's how you stay in their inbox. Here's how you follow up every week so you're the first person they think of. Here's how you're easily discovered on the internet by people who are looking for somebody like you. Here's the whole system for free, right? And it's like, how do you say no to that? If you're that person and you want that outcome, how do you say no? That was the magic of the whole thing.
Yeah.
And the money just came from the tools, right? It created a need for the tools. That's why the campaign worked.
What is it? There's so many ways. It's like, remember, it's like that rabbit to a stump, over and under it. You just got to figure out what works for you and apply it. Actually go for it and do it.
For sure.
Put it out there and talk about it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Well, Webb, I appreciate you coming on. It was a good conversation we had here. It was great talking to you. I'd be willing to do this with you again anytime.
Look forward to it, brother. Bring it on any day you're ready.
Absolutely. And if anybody here wants to help Webb out or wants to hang out with me a little bit more, I am doing a workshop. We mentioned it a few times this coming weekend. So today's Monday. So it's in 5 days. You have 5 days left to decide if you're going to do this or not. But the 18th and 19th, I'm doing what's called the Founders Offer Intensive. So if you want to know how to create an offer and then get customers for it the day you launch it, then this is the place that you want to be. And if you want to help Webb out, because I have an affiliate program, you just go to ryanhalbert.com/Bubba Simpson. You can see that on the screen. Go in there, get registered. It'll get you a spot in the workshop. You'll immediately get an email with your links to join in. There's going to be 5 really, really good bonuses that I'm going to be delivering on day 1. And then there's some support, which you can see all the information for that. When you go to that link, you can get all the full details and the full exactly everything I'm going to be going over. But it's basically going to be 5 years of creating offers for myself, 5 years of creating offers for 9-figure earners, and then also for 2,300 up to 2,300 of the clients I've worked with. I've been creating offers for the past 5 years. I've gotten extremely good at it, and I'm basically going to be breaking it all down this weekend because it's the biggest problem everybody has. Everybody's trying to join a niche. Everybody's trying to come in and build an audience first, and then they don't know what to sell. Well, this is going to fix that problem. And it's going to, whether you want to be an affiliate or sell your own products, all this information is going to be applicable. You're going to see the whole process front to back from, I don't know what to sell.
In a way you understand.
Yeah, all the way from, I don't know what to sell, all the way up to, this is what I'm going to sell. I know how to put it together. It's ready. And I know how to collect payment for it and get my first customers.
Nope, or this one, this screen.
Depends what screen you're looking at. Yeah, it's either to the right or it's either above. But awesome, man. Hey, Webb, any final words? If this was, if an asteroid hits the Earth tomorrow and we're both gone, what is the message you would want to leave with everybody that's watching this right now?
I think, folks, I'm saying, get after it, get started. This weekend, I will tell you this. This show this weekend to watch and learn from. It'll break it down to the basics to have something that you can actually hang on to and use in the future. It's not going to be limelights and fireworks where it's always too much information. Ryan breaks down things very simple. I've worked with him now for the last 2 or 3 years, and it's been a great experience. And everything that I know, I've learned from you. So it's been great.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that edification. And so definitely I would prefer if everybody wanted to help out Webb, because he's an affiliate of mine. You just go to ryanhalbert.com/Bubba Simpson and you can get registered for this. And it's happening on Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern time, the 18th, this coming week. So if you don't want to miss it, that's where you want to be. And it could be a weekend that changes a lot of stuff for you. It's the reason that Webb now has an offer that just converts, and he doesn't even have any words on the page. It's just a checkout form, and it sells like crazy.
And you can do it too. And this weekend's a good time to learn how to do that.
There you go.
Yeah,
there you go,
on, guys. Seriously,
perfect.
Enjoy your day. Thank you, Ryan.
Absolutely, man. We're gonna hop on out of here. Thanks everybody for hanging out. See if there's anything in the chat here I want to call out. We got Kim's hanging out, Jess hanging out, Angela. Thank you guys for coming. Eddie popped in. Thanks for coming in, Eddie. Good to see you. Quite a few other names I don't recognize, mostly some from Facebook. Cool.
Very nice. Good.
All right. We'll catch you later. We're going to hop on out of here.
Look forward to it, buddy. Talk to you soon, my man.
Peace.